Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good evening, whatever part of the world you live in. I'm Relkin, and I'm joined here by Phileon, is that right?
Hi, that's me. What's going on today?
Well, it looks like we got a randomizer race here. It's not just any randomizer race. Link to the Past Randomizer, Link to the Past Randomizer League, Season 2, between the teams The Missing Links and Will Pulped for Food. Lavan representing the Missing Links and Teknolink representing Will Pulped.
I have to say, I'm cheering a little bit for the Missing Links. It's only because it's my team, and Lavan's my friend. But be aware, everyone, of that bias I'm going to have going into this run.
Oh, is that the reason why you're cheering for him? It's not because they have a really cool team name. It's because you're in that team too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great team name. I'm not taking credit for it, but it's a great team name.
All right, anyways, so the mode this week is spoiler co-op key sanity, and that means one person is reading the spoiler log to the runner, Lavan and Teknolink being the runners, and Slowpoke being the pilot for Lavan, and Fatboy 300 being the pilot for Teknolink. They are scrambling through the spoiler log, trying to figure out where all the important items are to finish this seed as fast as possible.
And going different ways right at the start of the race. Lavan headed into the village, which tells us there's nothing in the forest, and Teknolink doing an uncle start.
And getting immediately rewarded with a hook shot. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, that's good. Now I want to see what the stun prize is, and Teknolink might be checking that right here. Also a cape.
Oh, looks like Teknolink jebaited you. Because he did not throw the pots at the guards to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to check. His partner's got the stun prize in the spoiler log. I just want to know what it is.
See, you can also look at the log if you want to.
Yes, that's true. We saw Lavan get some stuff already in the village, including a nice early bombs in Blind's hideout, a bottle and a Swamp Palace big key, and a cane of Burna. What else did we see in Blind's hideout that I liked so much? The lamp. Yeah. It's, one of those things the runners don't usually need in spoiler week, but if the lamp's anywhere nearby, you kind of want to pick it up, use it to go more quickly. And since we tend to see people doing dark rooms on low health, that'll come in handy. Bottle immediately traded in for a mushroom at the sick kid. And Teknolink's going into the back of Blind's hut, which Lavan skipped.
Okay, it looks like it may have just been for some extra money.
Yeah, and now up to 50, he'll be able to buy bombs. We also saw a sword in the back of the tavern, so that's going to be handy as Lavan hesitates slightly while Slowpoke tells him where to go.
Yeah, early on you're going to be seeing a lot of that, just, hesitation, perhaps, like walking back and forth, maybe just kind of waiting for the pilot to figure out where the next place to go is. Yeah, so like early on for the pilot, it's pretty stressful just because for the first 20 minutes, you're like it's just nonstop action, figuring out where to go, fielding questions from your runner, answering questions, just doing whatever you can to try and just figure out what the heck you're doing for the next, 50 minutes or so.
Small key to castle tower and pod. Huh. I'm not jumping to any conclusions yet, but I am pointing out the cape and the castle tower key we have,
and the sword even.
Lamp. Yeah, I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm just inching towards them.
Okay, yeah. See, well, you're inching. I'm yarding.
Looks like Lavan's also headed to the castle, going to pick up the hookshot cape combo immediately. And maybe the conclusion isn't you have to beat Aga Tower. Maybe it's just you have to go into Aga Tower for some of your Dark World access.
I think I'll go ahead and take this time real quick to go over the pendants and crystals, since you will not be seeing any map checks of any kind. The log also tells you this information.
Oh yeah.
We got the 5-6 crystals at Eastern Palace and Skull Woods. We got the green pendant at Misery Mire, and we got the other 2 pendants sitting in Swamp Palace and Tower of Hera. And then the medallions to enter into Turtle Rock and Mire. Turtle Rock requires Ether, and Mire requires Bombos.
And we have seen neither of those yet.
I'm sure they're somewhere. We're definitely gonna need that Ether medallion, since Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see we need the Bombos. Oh, I see. Lavan tried to go up into Aga Tower, but couldn't without magic for the cape, so is headed back into the secret passage now to grab those free jars with the guards.
Yeah, early on in the siege, you don't start with any magic, so you're just kind of hoping for some magic drops, or go to the uncle if you're trying to get to Aghanim early.
Yeah, and it looks like Teknolink is not headed to the castle yet, but is instead taking a bit of a slower route. The fastest way up here is to fake Flipper from the swamp area, but Teknolink is going to turn in that mushroom, which, if you remember, we got from the sick kid requiring a bottle. So Seed's already forcing a little bit of jank on us.
Yeah, and at the same time, Lavan heading into Castle Tower to see what is inside here that's available to us.
Oh, I see why Teknolink did that trek already. There is a Master Sword at the Witch. That could be a huge time save if Lavan doesn't grab that too soon. Lavan intentionally taking it really slowly with those guards, just doing the double spin over and over and over, which means it takes a while, but you don't get hit.
And there's the Moon Pearl. All right, so your assumption about something in here was pretty much correct.
Yeah, look where Lavan's going, though. He is not taking the Death Warp with the Save and Quit.
That's because it's another chest in here that might have something.
Okay, just a piece of heart. Ideally, that would be a full heart container, but we see this week the runners pick up a couple pieces of heart here and there, and then suddenly you have an extra heart that can make all the difference in the bad boss fights.
Yeah, with that Master Sword, Teknolink is going to have a faster time in here with these ball and chain guards. Going to even use the hook shot to not have to deal with his ball and chain clinking with your...
And that shows us the stun prize is a small magic jar, of which I've seen worse stun prizes. Also better, but... And a small key to Hera, and 300 rupees in Sahasrah's hut. That's a lot of money, probably all the money we need for the game, unless we have to go get Zor for some reason.
All right, Teknolink is heading this direction, making me think that he's either going to fake Flipper here, or he's going to go to Ice Rod Kick.
I'm thinking fake flipper because both runners kind of opted out of doing Ice Rod Cave earlier. But looks like he's going all the way. The first time the runners were down here, they did not have their Moon Pearl. So we might be seeing now a fake flipper setup for the Zora area. Specifically Waterfall.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lavan's going to go pick up their Master Sword from the Mushroom Turn-In. Oh, it's the other key just sitting over here?
Huh. Alright.
Okay, well, right now, that only lets us get to, like, the pod area.
Yeah. But we have a small key for pod.
We do. It's true.
But
ideally, though, you'd like to see a hammer glove or a flippers, you know, something.
Yeah, something to get you across the river as well. Looks like Teknolink's going into fake flipper setup, and Lavan is headed down there as well. So I think both pilots have come to the conclusion we're going to have to do Aga Tower here, and they're sending the runner to pick things up for that.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess fortunately for, you know, both sides of this equation, like, both have made the early call to go inside without both keys, so it's a double dip for both.
Yeah, it's funny. I can see how that happens, where you have the pilot going, well, you might as well go there now. I know you'll need the Moon Pearl, but I can't commit either way yet on if we need to beat the tower. Do you see gloves in Waterfall Cave, though? And Lavan's going to pick those up as well, as we see him walking out of Ice Rod Cave. So, opening checks out of the way and kind of getting funneled quickly into Aga Tower. Teknolink and Whirlpool Ped for food seem to be a couple minutes ahead.
Yeah, with that extra time spent trying to kill the guards slowly the first time through, that's already added some more time to Lavan's play.
Meanwhile, Teknolink's running around the room with the Master Sword. Fun fact, Master Sword slashes do the same as Fighter Sword slashes on those guys. So Teknolink, if you're watching this back later and you want to know the double spin strat, hit me up.
Yeah, but only afterwards, because, you know, your team's against them. You're like, no help.
Well, I can't help him right now. I'm doing commentary.
Yeah, but in a hypothetical situation, man.
I'm liking these bomb drops we're getting fairly consistently from guards in this race. Spoiler mode leads to this weird thing where so much of the time you're like, I don't have all the arrows I would expect. I've picked up 5 ever. Or I don't have enough bombs because I'm not opening random chests to get bomb drops. So it's really nice when the guards just give that to you sometimes.
Yeah, technically taking his time in here a bit more. Maybe not super comfortable with only 4 hearts green mail, which I could totally understand. Usually in the normal gameplay, you're here with 7 hearts.
Yeah, those 3 can make a big difference even if your sword's the same. So, you know what's interesting? And this shows just what we can do in a spoiler log race. Both these runners have access to Death Mountain, to East Death Mountain, and the 8 chests over there. But the pilots have clearly gone through that and said either there's nothing you need there, or we'll get the stuff you need there later. really, this is how we see the efficiencies come up in spoiler week, is by just cutting out huge portions of the game entirely.
Yeah, reducing the amount of double dips. The more time that the pilot has taken to look into the whole layout of the seed, the fewer amount, the less time it takes for the runner to complete it all.
That's right, and we see Lavan make up a fair amount of time on Teknolink here, as Teknolink had to stop near the top of the tower and get himself up to over 110 rupees. So, we're going to see a play directly into pod here?
I think so. And yeah, that's a good point, actually. He did not have enough rupees. He had about like 70 or something coming in.
Yeah, and then there's 6 free in the Circle of Pots room. A few more he picked up there, but the big 20 from one of the guards was the real winner.
Yeah, and like there's some 5 rupees in like the dark rooms. I know that. But yeah, so Lavan saving some time on this trek, and honestly, like just a couple rooms behind.
Yeah, that 300 from Sahasrula's hut worked out pretty well. I haven't been counting how many blue balls are we at.
Well, you'll get a second chance on Lavan's side.
I know I will, but that doesn't answer the question.
Well, our tracker Yornker's wife is currently saying 3, and I think that was the 4th one just then on Teknolinks.
Ah, too many, I see.
Well, the answer is always too many, and see, there's number 5 already.
Oh
Yeah,
no! Oh no, Lavan, no!
He has both the cane and the cape. He might want to think about using them, and just in case things go.
He shouldn't need them, because you just shouldn't get hit during this fight. But as we saw, sometimes you do. I think switching to cape would just throw him off more, but I don't like how he effectively added a couple cycles there.
Did he miss a energy ball? I must have missed him.
Yeah, he got bopped by an energy ball, so not a good day. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it.
Nice.
I always believed in my teammate. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah, he totally can't watch the VOD later and hear you say, be all scared. But yeah, that does keep the gap a bit narrower, thanks to no rogue deaths on Aghanim 1. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, a quick trip to pod is our first stop for both runners. Imagine probably something that leads to either Glove or Hammers here, or themselves.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we'll see like flippers in an early chest here, and the game was saying, okay, get your flippers, then do waterfall, then come back to the dark world.
And you're over here thinking, no thanks. There are ways around this.
Yeah. I think it's a little funny that we were able to bypass or sequence break and bypass one of the dark world requirements, but we still had to do a Hega.
Ooh, look, a vanilla pod key. How nice.
Huh.
Alright, so going through this front door, okay, because we can't go down the right side, obviously, so the only choice really was to open the front door here. You know, those arrows are actually nice to see, I'd say, just because Teknolink was so low already to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. There's a mirror in pod. That gets us into Tower of Hera.
And there is the other glove just sitting in Stalfos' basement.
Huh, so logically that's our first glove. Interesting.
Yep, and Teknolink is making their way to that glove right now.
And with the mitts and the mirror, Teknolink is out of this dungeon.
Going into Eastern.
And headed into Eastern. Okay. Okay. One thing both the runners have to keep in mind at this point is with the mirror and with Aga beaten, if they want to warp back into the light world from a save and quit, they're going to need to do a full mirror back into the light world. Now, fortunately, there's 2 people on each team, so they should be able to keep better track of that, but it also means it hurts that much more when both of you forget.
So clearly something important must be in here, like that swamp small key, huh?
But swamp is a pendant. So... Huh. 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 Huh.
Puzzling much?
It's fine. There's probably just an item required in Swamp at some point. And Teknolink decided to get the key while he was here, while Lavan's hoping to put it off until he gets boots or flute or something. Or Slowpoke completely forgot about the small key. Or Fatboy Bull didn't realize Swamp was a pendant. All plausible things. But we're not doing anything in the village. We're not going into Thieves Town yet. Well, Teknolink is. Lavan is just beelining through the Dark World for, what, Hype Cave?
I think the answer is yes, but there's a hammer sitting in Thieves Town.
Oh no. That's a little concerning.
I think it's going to be okay because I think something good is in here as well.
There's a nice skull small key in Thieves as well. And the Thieves' big key is in Hype Cave. So, I see. You had the choice of get your hammer early or go get your Thieves' big key and then come back.
And Lavan is going to walk back to the village, perhaps?
Yeah. If he picks up the smith here, I will be very interested. Because it could either just be a smith play or setting up for an eventual purple chest.
Well, it looks like Teknolink's going straight for the smith, so we're going to see what it is pretty soon.
This routing works out nicely for Lavan, that he can take the smith when he is walking back through the south part of Dark World anyways. and then he will get to do a single dip of Thieves Town, which is always nice.
All right, and there's a bow just on the blacksmiths, and I think that may be all we're getting here. Yep, we're just needing that bow off the smith. Doing a saving quit in a Dark World will put Teknolink back on the pyramid, so I'm wondering if they're going back to pod or if they just forgot.
Probably not what he wants. Yeah. I think he might be trying to pick up that Thieves big key at this point.
He probably thinks another saving quit might be even slower or something to that effect, so he's just going to walk to Hype Cave. Or no, he's going to go north? No, he's going south. He's just being very careful not to die.
Is he going back to pod? We've used both of our keys for pod, right?
Yeah, not exactly sure what we're going back here for. I think they may have made a routing mistake here.
Palace of Darkness is probably my favorite dungeon this week. Just from a routing perspective, normal key sanity, you're like, I don't want to go to the dungeon without 3 keys at least. I want to check every chest, so I'm going to keep doing right side over and over. And this week, if your pilot knows what they're doing, they're just like, yeah, you have 3 keys from this dungeon. Skip almost everything.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a routing mistake on their part. It looks like that small key to Hera is actually pretty important since both runners picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Lavan having already picked it up on their way to pod, or no, earlier on the seat, either way.
Yeah, that was before Ega Tower, so that they'd have pod money.
Actually, it would have been okay. No, you know what? They didn't have the mirror until that point. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
That's the thing. So we actually didn't see this first time around, but there was another pod key in Thieves Town, so that should put both runners at 3 total keys, which means Darkness is beatable now, just maybe not completely.
Now, I'm not seeing on the tracker. Did Lavan not buy the pod big key? Yeah, he does not have it on his tracker or in his menu.
Oh, that's right. That was at Bottle Vendor. So Teknolink picked that up fairly recently. And
yeah, it is right here. So after Thieves Town, you could just walk out and mirror.
I'm hoping that's the plan. Okay, Teknolink is up on the mountain, having walked the old man home, and now it looks like might be headed into Hera.
It seems to be that way. We do have a lot of access currently on the mountain. Don't have access to Turtle Rock yet. We still need that Ether Medallion. Still need the cane as well. Probably just going to have to Hera for the time being. And maybe if there's something else up here, we can also get it.
Yeah, looks like something's in the basement, so we needed that small key. Lavan was down to a heart very briefly in Thieves Town, but had a good recovery. Whew.
Yep, and those pots are very, very easy to get hearts off of, so as long as you don't die trying to get them, you're fine. And Teknolink did not get the coffee break set up in Hera Basement, so he's going to have to fend off these tiles to avoid dying. Oh, already took one hit there.
And Lavan's back up to full health for the blind fight, which, what do we say about this fight?
That it's scripted?
Yeah, that was your line, thank you.
Aha. Funny guy, aren't you?
No, but thanks for saying so. Fairly clean fight on Lavan's side.
And there's the flippers sitting in Hera basement. So yes, indeed, I think something's in swamp. So
Huh. Yeah. If there was nothing in swamp, we'd just see the runners fake flipper their ways to Ice Palace and skip those flippers entirely.
Teknolink heading into the Dark World to save and quit to go back to Pyramid yet again.
Lavan did not buy the pod big key from the bottle vendor, but is gonna head straight up the mountain right now. Get those flippers as well.
Okay, well, we get a visual of our ice rod just sitting up there on bumper ledge.
Oh my goodness. Lavan and I think it was Lavan and I were joking about how you would never do this here, or never do this normally, but Lavan has the opportunity to walk out, grab the ice rod, mirror, and walk backwards up the mountain if he wants to get there. Which is like a route that you would never do normally in Rando. He's not going to do it. He's going to rescue the old man.
There's no point because you want to go rescue the old man and you don't want to have to walk extra steps just to go get.
Depending on when you get the flute, you may or may not actually care about rescuing the old man at this point. And if you come out from the cave you normally would use to escape the mountain, you are way higher up already, so you save time walking.
That's a fair point. It sounds like a very niche situation, though.
Oh, absolutely it is. It would only ever come up this week. So Teknolink's down in the Dark World. Doing a hype cave. Gonna get that Thieves' big key, and then probably we see the Swamp Dive.
Seems likely. I kind of missed what was going on that side earlier when he went back to the pyramid again.
I think it was just another oops. Shouldn't have saved and quit there.
Yeah, it was interesting though because he walked down to the Dark World portal, at Spike Cave, so it was just kind of mind-boggling almost. But I don't know. We're here now. So this is kind of unfortunate right now for Lavan. I don't know if just Slowpoke didn't realize that the Swamp Small Key was sitting in Eastern, but they're gonna have to walk all the way back there just to go into Swamp.
If there's potentially still a way where they can finish off Pod, get the crystal from Hilmasaur, and then mirror and do the Swamp Small Key immediately. But that kind of requires 3 keys to be enough for finishing up in Pod.
Yeah, already using 2, 1 to open the front door, and another to get to the back where the mirror was. So I think 3 will be just enough.
3 is enough to kill the boss, but if we need like Harmless Hellway or Vanilla Big Key, 3 is not going to be enough. Or we could see East Death Mountain.
Perhaps even Dark East Death Mountain, some Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny.
Or Spiral Cave. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
You seem to have a strong aversion to this cave.
It's not an aversion to it. It's just a thought of like, obviously it better be something good, because in spoiler mode, who's going to choose to do Spiral Cave if they have other options? But we might see a pod key here.
Or the other bow.
Okay. That's good. It's a little odd to go all the way over here for on its own, but Lavan's getting other stuff right now too.
Alright, so we saw the book in the south chest there in Swamp. So that might be a sign that Desert might require the book today.
Yeah, with Pendant, Mire, and Early Book, I'm inclined to think we're not that cave, Lavan. I'm inclined to think we might see Flute never. So Lavan gets a heart container in Paradox. And another heart container. Okay, so just a trip for health.
Going all the way to the left side even, so let's this probably has something required. Independent left side swamp of all places. And there's the reason why we needed to go into Eastern early.
Just to be able to beat Eastern. Great. Thanks, game. I hate it.
Looks like we're not done yet. Teknolink's still gonna go to the back, it looks like.
Oh, there's Kana Samaria in Super Bunny Cave. Combined with the other hearts Lavan's been picking up. He's now, what, 4 hearts up on Teknolink?
Yeah, does not have the blue mail at the moment yet, though. Still on green.
Where did that blue mail show up?
It was on Lake Hylia Island, so... Okay, yeah, so I guess after going to the pyramid, you could make that a quick trip to the Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah. Lavan, you gonna be able to do it? No! That's a little weird, just because he had that much health going into the room, but that'll hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Lavan use the hook shot at all, trying to traverse Spike Cave?
No, but I'd have to watch it back. I think his movement might just have not been clean enough. If you have a full magic bar, Burna, and 3 hearts, you can make it through. So he might have just slipped up in a couple of his movements. Look at this. Teknolink is going all the way to Argus.
Yeah, I want to say Swamp is probably just a very loaded pendant dungeon for whatever reason today.
Saw the TR big key in the back. Lavan mirrored so that he could get straight into Eastern right now because he just wants that skull small key. Okay.
Swamp small key, but yes.
Yes, swamp.
Teknolink needs to be a
start
little
with
careful
S.
here.
Let's go blame the developers 30 years ago.
Hey man, this game's fun. Don't deny that.
Never.
All right, Teknolink just needs one more master spin here, and Argus is dead.
Yeah, that'll be one crystal for each team.
Actually,
and
that's a pendant.
Required ether Oh, you're right. You're right. But the ether, that'll be handy for Turtle Rock, and by handy I mean required.
So, let's recap there. We got in the compass chest, we got the book, which is probably going to be required for desert. We had the eastern big key on left side. We had the Turtle Rock big key in the flooded room, and then we had ether on Argus.
That's a few good items.
Yeah?
At least 3. Some might even say 4.
Yeah?
Huh. I thought Teknolink was going to read the Bombos tablet there.
May have been muscle memory.
Maybe it was just faking us out. Alright, Desert Palace. We can get 1 chest. But if we steal a key, we can get 2 on the right side as well.
You know, the big key might just be here.
Alright. So we can get 2 more checks, one of which is the boss.
Yeah, there is the big chest.
Our first Turtle Rock small key. Okay. So Lavan put a message in IRC just before we started that said, I'm really glad I switched off of double heartbeat speed. And you know what? Right now, I am exceedingly glad he switched off of double heartbeats.
Or even normal heart speed. Honestly, I can't go back from half speed. It's so nice.
After playing on half speed, normal does feel like double.
So Lavan's got to be real careful though, because pretty much one hit will kill from most things, especially those little things coming out of the walls.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's an underrated move there to get the double heart.
Heart duping is so much fun. Yeah, the enemies here in Swamp have a really good prize pack for him that just helps with trying to keep his health up. Oh no, he's flooding the key.
Oh no, whatever will he do?
Probably dive her down.
Yeah.
I don't know why he put that bomb down next to the switch, but he's correctly identified he can leave the crystal switch like this for going to the left side because he doesn't need the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of one of those things you don't tend to think about when you're doing this, so didn't quite get it there. And that was the flute, so yeah, the book was kind of required.
Oh no. Oh no, Lavan failed
No
his
magic.
diver downs. Out of magic. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, I like this call. Maybe.
That hurt.
Oh, I guess he can't get to the back without the key. That's...
Yeah, he kind of needs that key.
Yeah. What you want to do there is actually finish up the left side, then mirror. And all you have to do is walk out of the dungeon, and it'll unflood the keys. But it'll still keep the front rooms flooded.
Yeah, so that's a pretty huge time loss right there.
Yeah, reopening the dam is not a fun time.
Dude, you already have it. I love the sassiness of the randomizer.
All right, where do we go first with flute here?
Looks like to the Meyer area.
Okay. We don't have bombos, so we can't get into the dungeon, but there's Meyer Shed, there's Checkerboard.
And it looks like Meyer Shed.
Piece of Heart and Fire Rod. And then over to Checkerboard. So in terms of big keys, I think we're pretty much set. We just need the Ganon's Tower one.
Yeah, and then we need a couple more Turtle Rock small keys.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that maybe what Lavan was going for in Spike Cave could be a Turtle Rock small key or something like that.
Oh, yeah, right. There was an item there. Interestingly, Teknolink picked up the Bombos, which would get him into Meyer, and then left the area. So, I'm not sure if we just need to go back to Meyer much later.
Could also be a safety thing for like Cold Stare with only Master Sword.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's telling that these runners have so much of the game open and they're still on Master Sword and without boots. Either a Tempered Sword or boots would be something the pilots would be trying to route them too quickly. Instead, the thing we're most seeing direction towards is that flute, so if that awful flute location was the easiest progression, or easiest fast movement item, then we're in for a long one.
Yeah, because the game already made you walk over to Eastern, get your Swamp Small Key, and made you walk up to the mountain to get your flippers. It made you walk all the way through Swamp to get 4 important items, and then go to Desert to get your flute. Nice diver down executed there by Lavan.
First try. Easy.
Alright, Teknolink gonna go ahead and finish up Thieves Town. Looks like while he's here. He already came in here earlier, so this is a bit of a double dip, but it's a very It's one of the lowest time losses of any double.
Yeah, it's pretty tame. So I think as soon as Lavan's done here, he'll probably head to Desert as well. Where do you think Teknolink's headed after beating Blind?
Probably to beat Mothula, because it's right here.
Oh yeah, you can beat Mothula and get the Ice Rod, which I think you want to do both those things on this trip.
Alright, Lavan not having as much trouble as Teknolink did with Argus. Had a lot more hearts to deal with, so that's a bit nice.
He's going for 4 spins, but he's got silvers.
He does, you're right. No.
I mean, it's also, you can spend way longer than 4 Master Sword spins just trying to hit Argus with the silver, so.
Sometimes true, yeah.
Okay, both runners currently at 1 crystal, 1 pendant. So Teknolink is about to be at 2 crystals.
They both did the exact same thing with going to Bombos Tablet and Mirror. Teknolink gonna be a bit safer. Use the blue cane to finish up the blind fight. Can't blame him.
Mm-hmm. No shame in winning fights.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm just sitting here thinking. Feel like Teknolink's running a bit of a lead at this point. Big item that they're missing are the silver arrows, but those are in Spiral Cave. So if Will Pulphead for food wants to grab those at the end, they easily can. Also seeing a dip into Skullwoods proper, not just going straight to the back on Teknolink's side for, yep, Turtle Rock Small.
Oh.
And a 4th Pod Small in Skullwoods, which gets us to Helma and to one of the other chests.
So that's crystal number 2 for Lavan. I guess they're flued off of Landmo. And then after this, going to go activate it, and I guess going to go finish up Swamp while they are in that area. Got to pick up their Fire Rod too, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see if Missing Links also goes for that Bombos, and if they choose to dive into Mire. Or if that's still something for later in the seed. Looks like Teknolink is taking the intentional death at the start of Swamp or Skull Woods back just to enter this area with full health.
And then immediately getting another heart drop off the Moldorm.
Thanks, game. Sometimes you're nice.
Sometimes it's nice all the time. All right, remembering to get that pod big key off of the bottle vendor finally. It's one of those things you're just like, yeah, I swear that we already picked it up. Oh, I guess we didn't. It's not my inventory.
Ooh, Teknolink getting surrounded by mummies, having some trouble with the torches. I think he can still make it out of this room in time. Yeah. So ideally what Teknolink wants to do here is either fire rod the mummy or slash it into the spikes to get rid of it quickly. But Master Swords and Sword Beams will get the job done. Now he's just got this 6-heart moth fight, which is 8 Master Sword slashes or fire rod hits. Oh no. This is fine. He's getting there. He's got most of it. And Moth is hiding in the top corner. Good call to just use the potion.
Okay, he's going to use it right there.
I said that. He pulled it out and then he wasn't using it. And I was like, is he going to actually drink it in time?
Yeah, he's already down to half health again. But this spin, nope, didn't do it. Ah, there we go. Oh, looks like Missing Link's opting to go ahead and finish up Pod in Eastern.
Yeah, so I see why you put this off until you get the flute, because that's the fastest time to get back here. I'm a little worried about the key situation here. Teknolink was piloted to grab a pod small from the front of Skull, and that could be really good for his team. I also like this call to go and buy potions since we have so much money. And potions do make all the difference.
Yeah, when we have such low health runs, it's pretty advisable to do something like this.
Lavan learned to place the block there and then go through. We were talking about that this week, and now he did it. And that makes me happy. My teammates are great. Teknolink's going to mirror and do Eastern Palace first.
That strikes me as a bit interesting because this will drain him of his arrows when he does pod afterward.
Yeah, I mean, if he finishes the back optimally, he can have like 10-ish hearts, which is enough to do pod, but it's not a lot, for sure.
Plus, they don't have silvers to make any fights go faster yet.
Yeah, we're going to see the first real impact of Missing Links picking up those silver arrows in this fight, with one silver arrow to Helma in a second, and then in the other boss fight. Nice arrow. Teknolink having some trouble with the Igors, but then switches to the bow and takes them out in a hit each.
Yep, I'm gonna follow Teknolink into Eastern, finish it off, just like he is. This room is fun, and by fun I mean terrible.
Do we know why it's called the Zelda Gamer Room?
I think it may be because some guy named Zelda Gamer did some
Had a really bad day there once.